Fresh from the showcase here at SwissWatchExpo, this morning we're talking about the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Perpetual Calendar. This is a phenomenal watch, and even if you never knew anything about watchmaking before watching this video, you'll understand that this is an absolute masterclass in how to make a watch. This is the reference 26574ST. It was launched in 2015 for the 2016 model year. And this particular one that we have here in stock at SwissWatchExpo, this is the silver dial, which is not being made anymore. So collectors around the world, when we posted this watch, have sort of gone crazy about it. So it might not be in stock by the time you're seeing this video, but nonetheless, go to SwissWatchExpo, mouse over brands, and click on Audemars Piguet and see everything that we've got from this fantastic brand. This watch, when it came out, it was a little bigger than the previous models, had been 39 millimeters. This one's 41. And with Royal Oaks in general, they tend to be pretty thick watches, and they tend to wear a little bigger than they really would measure. So if you think 41 millimeter might not be big enough for you, I would argue that it wears really more like a 42, 43, 44 because of just the shape and the way there's an extension to the lugs with a Royal Oak where it covers more of the wrist. So if you think it might not be big enough, I'd say it probably is. This really is the perfect size at 41 millimeter. It's not a real thick watch. The movement is kind of an ultra thin, and so it only measures 9.5 millimeters thick. So if you're concerned at all about the Royal Oak's reputation as sort of a bulky watch and maybe not fitting under the shirt cuff, that sort of thing, this one would work great for day-to-day, everyday wear for sure. Now, as far as the design of the watch itself, just like any other Royal Oak, you've got this beautifully hand-finished bezel. There's really one of the things that sets AP off from other companies is that the watches are handmade. So there's no machine stamped out mass production. It's really a class in the art of metal crafting. So what you see is the ends of the bolts that are in the porthole bezel, one of the signatures, Gerald Genta design. Then it tapers into the bracelet, and the bracelet, every single link is handmade for this particular bracelet. They are perfectly tapered. The bevels are perfect. The inside of the bracelet is finished where it's not going to grab any skin or hair or anything like that. The clasp is really nice. It's got the buttons here, and it's a double deployant so that you can see it's got finishes that are sandblasted. It's very heavy duty. And this shows us this beautiful movement. It's got the exhibition case back. Again, this is a really thin movement for what it is. The fact that it has all these complications. The movement itself is only 4.31 millimeters thick, they tell me at the AP website, but it's just an incredible movement. As we've mentioned here before on our YouTube channel, there's a lot more cross-pollination between watch companies than people might initially realize. This movement was developed in 1967 by Jaeger-LeCoultre. Now, they never used it in one of their watches themselves. They actually developed it for what's called the Holy Trinity of watchmaking, Patek Philippe, Vacheron Constantin, and Audemars Piguet. All three watch companies used the movement over the years. The only one that's still making it is Audemars Piguet, and they make it entirely themselves in-house. But it's based on the caliber 2120. This is a new caliber that came out in 2015, and for this watch, it's caliber 5134. And it beats it sort of odd today. Most watches beat at 28.8. This one is a 19.8 beat movement. And one of the reasons they were able to make it so thin, you see this beautiful rotor here. It's got the AP logo in reverse, but it rides on a little ring that goes around the movement, and it makes it a lot more stable. It also allowed them to give a lot smaller tolerances between the rotor and the rest of the movement, and that's what made it so thin. So all of that adds up to why this watch is pretty thin, and you're able to wear it just about with anything every day. So just taking a quick tour of the dial though, you can see there are a lot of complication features on this. The dial itself, it is the silver Grand Tapisserie dial that is one of the signatures of the Royal Oak collection. You can see it's got kind of a waffle finish to it, and it's one of their hallmarks. They use a tool that was developed in the 19th century that's kind of like the children's toy where it transfers the design from one thing to another, the spirograph. So it has a large master that has this waffle pattern on it, and they use a tool to transfer that onto the dial itself, which is made out of bronze, and then it's silvered. So again, the silver dial is not made anymore, so this is something that's extremely important to collectors and that people are going crazy about. But when you look at the dial, you'll notice at the top, at the 12 o'clock register, it shows the leap years. It has L at the top, and then it has the cycle that you're in, the 1, 2, 3, 4 cycle of the leap year. So it knows whether February has 28 or 29 days in any particular year. It also shows the phases of the moon at 6 o'clock. And if you could see this in the video, I'm not sure if it'll come through where you can see it, but it's really interesting the way the moon phases are displayed. There's a stone background to the photorealistic moon. The stone's called aventurine, and it gives sort of a dark blue with sparkles like stars in it. It's just an amazing detail to the watch, and I could look at it all day. But then you also have the day of the week and the month. And then around the outside chapter ring, it shows the week number of where you are in the year. So there are 52 spots at any moment. You can look down at your watch and impress your friends. Tell them that this is week 37. If you're a guy who would like to wear this watch day to day, you already know it. You probably don't need this video. But for everyone else, this is a fascinating watch from the world of watchmaking. One of the most complicated movements that we carry here at SwissWatchExpo. It's a great find, difficult to find in this condition. This one's just absolutely mint. When you look at it, it doesn't look like it's ever been worn at all. Click on the bell, like and subscribe, mouse over AP on our website and see what we have in stock. SwissWatchExpo, give us a call. We're happy to talk watches and explain anything in this video that wasn't exactly clear about how this watch works or what it features or what it shows. Tell us in the comments what you like about it, what you don't like, what you wish it had. Thanks.